Thanks, Zoinks, Scoob. First we had to deal with Million Monster and his zombie crew twice, and now we had to deal with Sarah Ravencroft again. I know, right? It's preposterous and ridiculous. Flee, immortals, flee! Good afternoon, everybody. The Media Guy is back with another wonderful movie review. And today, I'm actually going to be doing a second look review on Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. That's right. I assume you guys might have seen my original review of this movie a while ago. And you pretty much got the idea of what to expect from Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. But just in case you want a little bit of a quick reminder about what this movie is all about, have no fear, because I'm here to review this movie again and talk about talking about what's going on. Scooby-Doo, Shaggy, and the rest of the gang unravel a bewitching case of ghostly deeds and spine-tingling suspense in this feature-length animated Scoob-tacular movie. When the gang meets up with famous fright rider Ben Ravencroft, voiced by the legendary Tim Curry, he invites them to New England for his hometown's big autumn harvest festival. Things take a supernatural detour when they learn the place is haunted by Ben's ancestor, Sarah Ravencroft. Oh boy. Will the mystery reveal that Sarah was a good-hearted healer or a spell-casting witch? Before you can say Scooby Snacks, the gang is on the case, tingling with bumbling mummies, monster turkeys, and Zoinks! A ghostly secret hidden in the Ravencroft family past. Grooving to the tunes of the movie's rocking band, the Hec Girls, and Billy Ray Cyrus performing the Scooby-Doo theme songs. It's Scooby-Doo at his spine-tickling, spell-binding, super sleuth best. Reggie, you're my friend. You said it, Scooby. Man, I gotta admit, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is still a fantastic Scooby movie for everyone to enjoy. And I'm glad I decided to give it its second look review. Just like with the first Zombie Island movie, this one is also fantastic. Great animation, especially for 1999 standards. The voice cast is still perfect. Has a fantastic witching plot with a beginning, middle, and end. Sarah Ravencroft is quite a doozy of a witch. And I gotta admit, I love the introduction to the Hec Girls in this movie. Yes, I probably said this before in my original review of Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost. But just in case I haven't made it clear enough, the Hec Girls sure have become quite popular in the Scooby-Doo franchise, haven't they? Since this was also their very first appearance in the movie. I mean, they would later appear in Scooby-Doo and the Legend of the Vampire. They also appeared in Vampire Strikes Back, an episode of What's New, Scooby-Doo. They made a few appearances in Scooby-Doo Mystery Incorporated. They were even guest stars on Scooby-Doo and Guess Who. They appeared in issue 50 of Scooby-Doo Team Up. And we came so close to see the Hec Girls make a comeback again in Scooby-Doo and the Haunted High Rise, which was going to be the next Scooby-Doo direct-to-video film after Scooby-Doo and Crypto 2. But we all know how that happened. It became a tax write-off because of that no good David Zaslav. But at least they appeared again in HBO Max's Velma, which is close enough in my book. I mean, like I said in my original review of this movie, there's just so many great things I like about this movie. I actually like the introduction of the first Sarah Ravencroft, who was an imposter, by the way. And I don't blame Shaggy and Scooby for running for their lives when they encountered the first Sarah Ravencroft. I mean, just her design is probably even more creepier than the actual ghost of Sarah Ravencroft herself. And I think this one here, the second Sarah Ravencroft ghost, is probably even more menacing and terrifying than the first one. Feels like not gonna lie, I like how it takes place in the autumn season, which is almost close to like Halloween. And I'm guessing this movie takes place somewhere in the month of either September or October. Something. Or probably somewhere in between. Like the last day of September and the first day of October or something. I could be wrong though, so you guys will have to correct me in the comments below. And I will admit, it does give off that spooky atmosphere. I mean, it may not be as popular and iconic as the first movie, as the previous movie, Zombie Island, but this one is also pretty amazing too. And I don't think Scooby-Topia has covered Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost on his channel before. Wait, did he? Did he cover this movie on his channel before? I don't know. I could be wrong, though. I really do like the Hec Girls in this movie. I already did mention their countless appearances and a lot of other Scooby-related media. Heck, even JB and Millie even interviewed the voice of Thorne herself, Jennifer Hale. Which, by the way, shoutouts to both JB and Millie and Jennifer Hale themselves. You guys are awesome. And if JB and Millie does make a comeback again sometime around later this year, I really hope they get a chance to interview Kimberly Brooks in this movie, as well as the actress who voiced Dusk, whose name somehow escapes me. Well, anyways, another thing I like. Sorry about the stuttering. Another thing I like about this movie is that Tim Curry does a fantastic job doing the voice of Ben Ravencroft in this movie. I mean, sure, he has played a lot of other villainous roles before, like Dr. Frankenfurter from the Rocky Horror Picture Show, and Stephen King's It from the 1990s miniseries of the same name. And I know he lent his voice to other cartoons, whether Scooby-Doo or not. I also know him as Nigel Thornberry from The Wild Thornberrys, and I think he also voiced the news reporter in the first Rugrats movie. So you can obviously tell that Tim Curry must have had a real good time voicing Ben Ravencroft in this movie. And yeah, I know some of you might point out in the comments below that Tim Curry rejected the role as Mr. Mondavarius for the live-action movie when he heard that Scrappy-Doo was going to be in the movie, which I think it was completely false. False rumors. Because I'm pretty sure Tim Curry himself didn't even know about the live-action movie being made, or even knew who Scrappy-Doo was at that point during his career. And you know what? I'm not even gonna worry about it. I also like the climax of the movie, and how Scooby and the gang try their best to make sure that Ben Ravencroft doesn't free his evil ancestor from the evil spell book in order for them to rule the world. Oh man. Ben Ravencroft pulled all sorts of crazy witch warlock related stuff to get the book back and free him. But I guess he had to pay the price, since thanks to Thorn, who was part Wiccan, managed to trap Sarah Ravencroft back into the book, and she even dragged Ben Ravencroft along with her. And I probably said this before in my original review, so I guess it doesn't hurt to repeat it again. Oh man. And I'm glad I got a chance to do a second look review of this movie. And I think in my original review of this movie, I did mention how in the VHS release came with a Courage the Cowardly Dog bonus cartoon called, I think, the Chicken from Outer Space, which is part of the What a Cartoon Show. Yeah, that was part of the. That was a bonus feature on the VHS release of this movie, and not the DVD, which is kind of a pity, since I assume Courage the Cowardly Dog was starting to become a new cartoon back in 1999. That's my only nitpick. And I will admit, it is a kind of a shame that some of the recent Scooby-Doo direct-to-video movies don't have too many special bonus features other than showing 2 or 3 random bonus cartoons. Oh, well, we can't win them all, you know. I actually do like some of the songs in this movie, like, I'm a Hex Girl, and I'm gonna put a spell on you. I think they sung this song again in Scooby-Doo Legend of the Vampire. So overall, Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost is still a great Scooby-Doo movie, and I'm glad I decided to do a second look review of this movie, because it clearly deserves one. So do you guys have any fond memories of this movie? Just let me know down in the comments below. And once again, shoutouts to Jamie and Millie and Jennifer Hale, aka the voice of Thorn. Because I'm not sure if they'll get a chance to check out this second look review of this movie, or watch my original review of this movie that I posted a year ago. And they're probably busy with other things in their lives, which I wouldn't blame them. And I'll give this movie 5 witches' brooms out of 5.